Well, Nev, a few sort of setbacks coming into this fight. By
Yeah,
the looks of things, you had a few people either decline or pull out. Like,
yeah.
was there ever, I guess, a fear that it wasn't going to happen for this guy?
Oh yeah, for sure. I was kind of like, here we are, once again, we tried to get the fight in March against Ricky Beechin, and then obviously that didn't happen. And then, we had a guy, like early, and I was like, oh, surely we're gonna get this fight, in May. And then they told me, oh, the guys pulled out, and then they were hustling. They said, oh, we got a few guys, and as the weeks were closing down, I was like, it's gonna happen again. I'm not gonna be able to fight. So when you're not fighting in training, you're just trying to think of like other ways to keep your mind good. And I was fortunate enough to like stay busy with like my own sort of content creating and stuff like that outside the ring, which has been cool. And but 9 days out, we got someone. So, oh man, I'm just happy. I'm just happy to be here, to be on fight week. Going through the process again of cutting weight. This is my first fight back at light heavy as well. I've been a heavyweight for the past like year and a half. So, it's good. It's been good.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask that next.
Yeah.
Going back to light heavyweight, was that always the plan?
Yep, nah, for sure. I think everyone thought I was like bulked up and I'd gone too big for my division, but I think naturally, like, light heavyweight is my go-to. Like, trying to keep my weight up at heavyweight, it's just so much food, and it's like a lot of stress on the knees, bro. So I'm not a real heavyweight like the big bear, but light heavy is where I'm at, and I feel good going into fight week.
I don't know if you can put this in sort of basic terms, but when you talk about like so much food to stay at that weight, like how much more would you have to eat?
I mean, I wasn't really counting calories, but I mean, I was just like eating like burgers, chips, like before training, and I was having that like every night for dinner and stuff like that. And it's a bit of information, but if you eat too clean, you're not getting in the calories, so you're trying to get the little bit more processed food in, just to digest those calories. We're doing so many sessions, I just need to get it into me. So the burgers and fries and stuff it's been good, but it's time to. I'm usually pretty good with the eating, even at light heavy. Like I can kind of get away with it there, here and there, but I can still eat fairly clean. Try to keep it fairly clean.
You mentioned the 9 days out, you got this fight over the line. Was that when fight contracts were signed and everything? Like until that point, you still
still didn't know if they just said we got a guy, but nothing like fully locked in, and I was starting to worry because my parents, they're wanting to get, my family want to get tickets, everybody want to get tickets, but I'm like, I don't want to go through the trouble of selling all these tickets and then I'm not fighting, and then everyone wanting the tickets back. That's a nightmare as well. So I kind of just held off on everything until I got that lock in, and then now I've just been selling tickets left, right, and center, like trying to get them out the door. So
you're fighting Stu Dare, who's a bit of a veteran around the scene. I believe he's normally a welterweight, so middleweight. What do you make of him, and I guess what does it say about the rest of the region in your weight class that they had to go two weight classes down to find a guy?
I mean, the guy's got balls, he's I gotta commend him for that, and I'm just happy we get to fight. It is obviously a bigger move, but sometimes coming in as a welterweight, moving up, have to have the stresses of cutting weight, and you can kind of come in full strong. You're not diminished. The chin is a little bit more durable, with more hydration going to your head, So I find like some guys even end up doing better, and they don't even realize it. So that's one thing to be aware of, And it'll obviously be my first time cutting weight at light heavyweight. Will kind of even out the playing field a little bit. I mean, you saw the other week with John stepping in against James, you know, and then look at that, you know, he come through with the win. So yeah, it's just don't put it past you. It would be silly for me to overlook the step now, being so close to where I need to get to. He's coming in with nothing to lose. He'd be glad to take that away from me, you know, and I try to think of that just before I fight, and it gets me like locked in, bro. Like it's go time, it's time to kill. So yeah.
I guess in terms of him as an opponent, what do you make of him? Where are his strengths and weaknesses? What's he gonna offer you?
I see like he probably a little more accomplished in the grappling area. Looks to initiate the grapple. But as far as striking, there's no way near. I'm worried about that. I mean, I'm happy to invite the grapple in as well. Like, I'm here to show off like all my skills. So, yeah, I'm one of those guys that I don't really game plan. I just I feel it while I'm there. I feel that I assess the situation when I'm present, and I'm able to make the read on what I want to do. If I feel the wrestling is there, then you never know. I might hit that high crotch or get the single leg again. I've got so many ways to fight now. It's just however I feel. What if I need to pull out the bag of tricks, I can do that. So yeah.
I've seen a few people kind of mention that this will probably be your last fight in New Zealand. Like,
Yep.
what are your plans after this? Like, do you have set plans?
Yep. So obviously the big UFC is the one we're campaigning for. You got contenders, UFC Perth. You know, these all these options on the card. I don't know what they're working in the background, but all I know is I'm just getting myself ready for a UFC fight around that time, and I'm going to be ready for that. So I've been preparing for that. I might fight one more time in Hex to keep busy, maybe in the next show in Melbourne. So that'll be like 6-week turnaround, going straight into Melbourne, which is awesome. Like, I'm ready to keep the momentum coming off this weekend, and then yeah, I'll be 4-0 going into that. So that's like a lot of hype, you know, going into those UFC, and because I've like done all the stuff in the behind the scenes with the content and pushing it out there and really spreading my name across all platforms. I think that'll be like something to help me get there as well, for people to be like, bro, you need to sign this guy, you know. So yeah, that's just the big mission I've been working on. So yeah.
In terms of Hex bringing a show here, you know, it's loaded with local talent. What can people expect from Saturday night?
Oh, bro, definitely like an elite skill showcase. I mean, we see a lot of MMA shows here, and there's like a lot of amateurs, but now it's like the elite professionals coming in. We got, you know, even BD coming after UFC, Jenna Fabian and stuff. People who've been around the world on the world market, finally in our own stable, you know, in New Zealand. So, and even me as well. Me and Brando, we're big boys, you know, and we can go, and we finally have someone to demonstrate that. Yeah, I think people will be like, holy heck, you know, when they see us, the gloves touch, and yeah, I don't know. I'm amazed by watching like amateurs up close in a cage site. So could you imagine like world class kickboxers, you know, going in there? So yeah, it's just a lot different. Yeah, I believe.